Parent, if you have a teenager or young adult kid who is not performing at their best level yet, I highly recommend that you incorporate daily, quarterly reflection and planning into your parenting practice. So in this video, I'm going to use my own planner. As an example, this is a planner that I designed for myself and for the students, teenagers, and young adults in my coaching program. So I'm going to use my system, my planner as an example to show you how you can incorporate planning and reflection into your parenting practice. I will also explain to you why doing so is beneficial and why doing so can actually boost your children's confidence, motivation, and have a higher level of performance in school, extracurricular activities, jobs, internships, whatever they do. Okay, so who am I to talk about this? My name is Dr. AI. I'm a professor turned life coach serving teenagers and young adults. I specialize in helping young people overcome procrastination, overcoming self-doubt, enhancing their executive functioning skills so that they can boost and elevate their confidence and motivation and achieve success in school and beyond. So I'm really excited to talk about this in this video because I was not a planner. I was not an organized person when I was a student. And even after I started working as an assistant professor, the associate professor for so many years, I was not very organized. And everything changed after I started running after I quit my job as a professor and started running my coaching business full time, then I realized how important it is to actually plan. And then I realized many of my students didn't know how to plan either. More and more young people in this day and age, because of social media, all the distractions, they are very much in the moment. Their ability to think and plan long-term has reduced significantly. So my students really inspired me to design this planner quite a few years ago. And I have been using this planner with my own children, my biological children, with the students, the teenagers and young adults in my coaching program. And it has really made a huge difference in terms of our overall performance, productivity, motivation, confidence, and just like feeling good about life, feeling good about ourselves. Everything has enhanced so much. That's why I'm really excited to do this video for you. So first, let's talk about why planning is so important. Okay, so that is the very first point I want to share with you. So I have a really, this is one of my really favorite sayings regarding the importance of planning. Here you go. Fail to plan, plan to fail. And as I mentioned earlier, many young people today do not plan at all. They are so in the moment. They're really having a hard time thinking about what is their goal for the year and what is their goal like in 3 years, in 5 years. And just like they may not be able to see like a detailed like step-by-step process to actualize their goals. But what I discovered after doing this work for 20 years, and we have more and more young people who don't even have dreams anymore, who don't even have aspirations anymore, who don't even have any long-term goals anymore. And that is almost another topic why that is the case. If you're interested in learning more about that, let me know in the comment section. I can definitely do a different video. So the sooner you can introduce the habit of planning, the easier it is for them to really make this a lifetime habit. Because in reference to this, fail to plan, plan to fail, I also love this statement. We cannot improve what we do not measure. Okay, so many young people, maybe like you are the same, like I'm the same, right? If I do not look at specific numbers, metrics in front of me, I can become quite delusional or emotional, right? So when I do like every quarter, so how I do this is, let me quickly explain this to you. So as you can see, this planner is really big. It has a daily view, and I also divided the planner into 4 quarters. So every quarter, I actually do a quarterly review with my students. And let me show you an example. Okay, I'm going to use Q2 as an example. You know, I know we're about to enter Q2. So because I kind of already so here, right, I already did my own Q1 reflection. I took lots of notes. So I don't want to distract you. So I'm going to use a clean copy, a version to share with you. So it's a pretty elaborate system, like has quite a few pages. So this page is a reflection of Q2 or Q1. Every quarter is the same. And then they do a self-assessment. So here, looking at different categories in life. And then based on the result, they map out their goals for the next quarter. And so oftentimes here, you can see here, so the first section, let me make it a bit closer. Can you see it? So the first section here is revisit the goals that you mapped out for this quarter. So that is, right, so we are making an informed decision, right? What I say with my students is that decision making by data, not by drama. Oh, I didn't do anything. I'm such a failure. This quarter is so bad. Nothing good happened, right? Like young people, especially teenagers, they can become quite dramatic and emotional. And so such language is not going to help them improve their performance and actually learn from their experience to gain some valuable feedback or information that can be used to optimize their performance in the next quarter. So when they go through this process, and we can really look at, okay, what were the goals that we created for this quarter? And so that is the first box here. And then we revisit the goals. Did we achieve this goal or not? It is a very easy answer. How many internships did you apply? How many assignments did you miss? How many, based on whatever metrics that we created at the beginning of the quarter. So then we are really practicing this decision making by data, and this can also help a young person to improve what we are actually measuring. So you can imagine this process as a weight loss journey, right? So after I have 3 boys, after each pregnancy, I gained so much weight. So for me, when I was on my weight loss journey, when I was on a diet, I had to know how much did I weigh today, this quarter, this year, so that I can look at my own progress, right? So if my weight was always the same, it means that whatever I was doing or eating was not working. So we cannot improve what we do not measure. So that is kind of to really explain to you how important this process is. And I cannot tell you how many students, after we revisited, they either forgot about their goals or they were like, wow, lots of big ahas were gained as a result of this process. Kind of step back to review the first 3 months in the year. Really powerful. So that is the first reason why we do planning and why this process alone, I have 2 additional things. Like if you just stop here, your kid can already have a better level of self-awareness in terms of their performance. A better self-awareness can always lead to better performance in the new quarter. Okay, so the second reason that I highly recommend planning and reflection is the importance of celebrations. And let me show you again. So, I don't know if you can hear me. So you can see from the planner somewhere here, and this section is called My Major Celebrations. And why is this important? So in psychology, there's a very important concept called the negativity bias. Let me know in the chat box if you are familiar with the concept. So what is negativity bias? Negativity bias means that human beings, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, Human beings, we have this tendency to pay more attention to the negative news, to the negative things that happen to us throughout the day, throughout the year, throughout the season, than the positive events or news or whatever, right? So that is called negativity bias. Why do we have this negativity bias? Again, for survival, because for our ancestors, and if we're only paying attention to the positive things, we will not be able to survive for millions of years. So over years, we develop this tendency to pay attention to the negative news more so than the positive news. So because of that, young people exactly the same. Or when you just pause for a second, reflect on your day today. If I ask you, hey, listen, how is your day today? What is your immediate response? Are you right now thinking about something positive or think about something negative happened to you? More people, by the end of the day, when someone is asking them this question, they tend to think about, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, or this person said something really mean to me, or I didn't get a good grade on this assignment, whatever. So we tend to focus more and remember more of the negative. And this is why celebration is so important, because, so much research has shown, right? If we want our children to be more motivated, and guess what? A major part of building that motivation is celebration. Celebrating small progress, celebrating small wins, celebrating little small baby changes. Hey, you actually tried to do something. You actually did this. Like celebrate small things. And the benefit of celebration is that every time we celebrate, we are inviting our brain to look at the positive. We are inviting our brain to focus on the progress. And guess what? So I have here, research has shown when we can see our own progress, seeing our own progress can help boost two things. So seeing our own progress can help us boost our confidence and motivation. The same thing can be applied to your children. And this is something I really work very hard with my students, especially if your kid is already feeling very anxious, feeling very depressed. Their celebration muscle is really weak. They cannot see anything positive in their life. Everything is bad. Their life. So some of the common language I hear from my students is, my life is ruined. Something bad happened. Life, game over. My life is over. My future is over. Not really like that. That's why, you really want to train their muscle, their brain, their mind. I'm not talking about the physical muscle, okay? I'm talking about their mindset muscle, their psychology muscle, to really develop this habit to see not only the negative. We cannot get rid of the negativity bias, and you need the negativity bias, right? Because safety is always very important. So on top of the negativity bias, you also want to help our children to cultivate a sense of, if I can say, positivity bias. So you want them to be able to do both, and that's the importance of celebration. And plus, celebration, as I said earlier, research has shown can also boost. When we celebrate, we see the progress we have made, and that is a great way to boost the confidence and motivation. But isn't that what we want more for our children? More confident, more motivated. The more they can see their progress, the more motivated they feel. Like even for me, the same thing, right? I have started my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate. And I did so far 3 videos. I'm like, wow. I already did 3 videos. When I look at my own progress today, I'm like, that makes me feel good, right? So that is going to be my daily celebration. So let me share this with you here. Because this is so important, and especially many of the young people I work with, they come to me because they do not have, or their parents feel like their kid do not have enough confidence. So if that is your kid, please make sure to introduce celebration into your or their daily routine. So you can see from my planner here. So here, right? So this is what you see here is actually a daily view of the planner. And so somewhere here, the daily view has daily celebration. And I do this with my own children. I can't tell you how many times my children will tell me, hey, mommy, even though I feel like today is not really a good day, but I can't believe there are still so many things to celebrate. And that sense of positivity, there's always a way, is what we want to instill into our children at a very young age, right? So the sooner you can incorporate this practice into your children's lives, the better they will be more prepared for their future, for the uncertainties in life. They can always see the gain. They can always see the positive in every challenging situation. They can see both. Okay? And so that is the second one. I highly recommend that you introduce planning into your daily practice or daily parenting practice with your children, because doing the celebration, doing the planning, doing the reflection can really help boost confidence and motivation. And last but not least, you know what? Let me explain this here. So I already explained quite a few major sections to you. So the first part is a recap of the goals. So here, so what you see in the middle section are a bunch of like circles, and from number 1 to number 10, here, you know what? I can talk like this. So you can see here from 1 to 10. So what those numbers stand for are, so as I practice reflection with my students, I ask them, hey, listen, on a scale from 1 to 10, can you give yourself an honest assessment in terms of, listen to this, in terms of your effort to meet the goals? And in the early days of my own personal development journey, I made the mistake. I only celebrated myself when I was hitting a major milestone, like a big goal. But like, you know what? Life is not always about those big, major, huge milestones. And in fact, in order for us to meet a big goal, we have to conquer a number of very small, teeny tiny milestones, right? So I want our students, I want your people, your children, to develop the habit. They can see the big picture. By the same time, they are acknowledging their effort to work on every single small milestone, every single small challenge, so that they can get to the big mountain, right? And in fact, something I share with my students is that if you are investing in consistent effort, the result that you are looking for is guaranteed to be a natural byproduct of your continued investment, time, energy into your personal growth, into your personal transformation. So that is what those numbers I just showed you stand for. So after students, hey, in terms of my effort this month or this quarter, I actually went above and beyond. I gave myself a score 8. I gave myself a score 7. So I then asked me, hey, why did you give yourself that number? What did you do good? What did you do bad? What could you, if you could redo Q1 or this quarter again, what would you do differently? So questions like that. And as a result of this self-assessment, looking at the numbers, reflecting on the good things, reflecting on areas that the student can improve, we create 3 really powerful lists. Let me share those 3 lists with you. So 3 lists to boost performance. One of the 3 lists is the most important one. Here. So the very first list is, so based on the result of the assessment in terms of their effort, and the very first one we create is called to do. This is almost like common knowledge, right? So, okay, this quarter is over. Based on the assessment, based on the self-evaluation, what are you going to do in the next quarter? So we literally map out a plan for the new quarter. The second one is called to stop. You probably have never heard of this one, and I'm really proud of myself for creating this one. So what is a to stop list? So pretty much, what are the things that you need to stop doing and stop believing so that you can be closer to your goals in the new quarter? This one is really, really powerful. This one's really powerful. And the last one is to improve. So to-do list, to stop list, and to improve list. And if you ask me, which one of them is the most important one, of 100% to stop list. Because after doing this work for 20 years, what I noticed is that oftentimes what is stopping a young person from reaching their goals, whatever they want to do, school-wise, extracurricular, job application, internship application, whatever they want to do in life, oftentimes what is standing in the way is actually a number of things that they need to stop doing. They need to stop eating junk food, for example, if they are an athlete. I actually have quite a number of athletes in my coaching program, and we create this. What do you need to stop eating so that you can have the body that you need to reach your goal? As an athlete, and also stop using social media right before I go to sleep, or stop using social media right after I wake up. So those are some examples. And just on Saturday, I actually had a really powerful coaching call with a young man. He's also an athlete. And he gave me, I give you a list of things to stop doing. And you also, this is what I do with my students. We also create a list of things that they need to stop believing, right? And so on Saturday, this young man gave me a to stop believing list, which is so good. He said that, Dr. I need to stop believing that I need to be stressed out about the things that are outside of my control. That is so good, right? So if he can really practice this, Q2 in the new quarter, he is guaranteed to have more confidence, to have more motivation, because he is learning to focus on things that he can actually control and stop stressing out about things that is totally outside his control. And I really celebrate that with him during the coaching call. That is absolutely amazing. So to do this, to stop this, and to improve this. And after the 3 lists, and we go to the next page. So here is another kind of 8 major categories in life. I asked you the part of the self-assessment. They give themselves a score in each category. And based on this, and then we map out plans, priorities, ideas for the next quarter. So this is the whole system. And this is something that I have been doing with myself, with myself and with my children, with my students for quite a few years. And I have to say, this is a very powerful practice that has made a huge difference, impact in my personal life, in my children's life, in my students' lives, in terms of our performance, happiness, confidence, and motivation. I highly recommend you give this a try. And if you have any question regarding the system, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to answer your questions. And also, if you love this system, and in our coaching program, and as I mentioned, I work with each student one-on-one. This is only a small piece of the whole curriculum that we work on. If you are interested in having your kid, teenager or young adult kid, work with me one-on-one. So in the description box, there is a link that you can use to apply to book a complimentary consultation with me. Each family can book 1 complimentary consultation with me, and I will be the person reviewing the application, and you and I will have a one-on-one conversation over Zoom. And I will listen carefully regarding the challenges that your children are having right now in their lives, and I will give you my best feedback, customized advice. And if you love what we do, and we can discuss working together. But apply first, space is really limited. And if your application is approved, you and I will be speaking on Zoom. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the 3 reasons that we discuss why you as the parent must incorporate daily if not weekly, monthly, or at least quarterly reflection and planning into your parenting practice. Doing so can really boost your children's academic, personal, professional, overall confidence, motivation, performance, and success. And if you enjoy watching this video, and you should definitely check out the other video in which I discussed why it is really important for young people to have goals and have that sense of future vision, why that is really important. So check out that video. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.